Well, thank you all. This is just such a gift to be able to share a little bit of my story and the way that Newman has impacted me over the past 3 years. So as I was praying about what the heck I was going to say to a room full of such generous and holy people, the thing that continued to come onto my heart was John chapter 4. And in John chapter 4, it talks about the woman at the well. And as I started diving into the story of the woman at the well, I started recognizing some similarities in my own story and in my own experience at Newman. So if you need a little bit of a reminder of the story of the woman at the well, there are 3 specific areas that I feel like the Lord has just worked in my life and has drawn similarities from this woman in the early church, right? So the first piece of this is the woman who goes to the well in tangible need, right? She's simply thirsting for water. She's also ostracized by this community because she's going at noon. If she was a part of the community, she would have been going earlier in the day. The second piece is her encountering Jesus at this well and just him showing her that he is the living water and that abundant life can come through him. And the third piece is personally my favorite because this woman drops her jars of water and starts running into the village to tell everyone that she knows about this man who told her everything she has ever done. And my favorite piece of this story is actually that her testimony was not the thing that got them to convert, right? Like it was her going and telling them to go and see this man who has completely changed my life and the way that I see myself and my identity. And so through her going and telling, that's where the conversion happened. So in my own life, this has come to be through, so I'm a convert. In my sophomore year of college, I converted and I entered the Catholic Church. And yeah, praise Jesus. So before that, I call them my heathen years. Not really, but I was finding my identity in a lot of places other than Jesus, and so as I looked around me in my community, my roommate at the time, the women in Chi Omega that were Catholic, I just recognized that these people had something that I didn't have. I had this thirst for something more and for something deeper. And I had the foundation, and I grew up in a Christian home, in a non-denominational church. I had the foundation, but there was something in me that was yearning for more. And so I can remember going to the Newman Center because I was like, well, you know, maybe the Catholics are the more, I don't know. And so I went to the Newman Center to a Night Fever event where I first encountered Jesus in the Eucharist. And 2 things that I recognized that night was, as I was looking around and watching the people pray around me, I was like, these people have a different relationship with Jesus Christ than I do. And whatever it is they have, like that's what I want. And the second thing, if anybody's heard my story, it was the distinction of the crucifix versus the cross. So I had grown up seeing the cross everywhere, right? Like non-denominational churches have the cross in them. And in that moment, I just recognized something so different about seeing Jesus upon that cross and how different it is that he looks at me and that he says to me, you are worth it every single time. And so that started my encounter, right? So that started my second part of this story, where I got to go to Seek, which is a focused conference. And really the most important part of me encountering Jesus was my prayer life. And so at the Newman Center, we have 12 hours of adoration every single day. I mean, not counting Mass, but 12 hours of adoration every single day. And it was in that time of prayer that I allowed Jesus to really show me my identity. and show me who I was and show me the ways that I needed to live out virtue if I was going to be drawn closer to his heart. And in parallel with that, he was showing me this abundant life that was happening in the community around me. And so I was getting roped into, going to Iguana's pub on a Tuesday night with my friends and doing volleyball tournaments and just living this abundantly free life that I didn't even know that I could live, right? And both of these things were working in parallel. And the natural next step of that, after encountering Jesus, and he really showed me in that time in my life that the living water that he is, like, I'm taking a bath in that every single day at the Newman Center. Like, I get to experience this living water that he truly is every single day through this place. I was able to work at a Catholic summer camp, and that just showed me what joy looks like on a whole nother level. And this year, as just a natural progression, you start to see the way that you shift. And you go from receiving all of this in this community to being the giver. And last week I was talking to someone that reminded me that it is in giving that we receive. And this year, there's been nothing more beautiful than seeing the ways that I can give through leading a Bible study or leading a discipleship group or creating community in my own home. It's kind of homey. It's a college house, but creating my own this community in my own home is a way to give back. I see that is the third part of this woman's story at the well, that she couldn't possibly keep quiet. She couldn't possibly keep quiet because of the encounter that she had with Christ. And that is where we're at now, right? Is this place where we can now, it's not our job to convert people, but we can show them where he is. And we can show them that going to him is certainly the best decision that you could possibly ever make. And so to conclude, I just want to say thank you, sincerely thank you to everyone in this room. As I was talking with Father Sassy about this event and this experience of being able to share with all of you, I just recognized, it struck me that this is the group of people that has prayed for me over the past 3 years, right? You all are the people who have prayed for OCIA. You've prayed for me. You've prayed for the Bible studies happening at the Newman Center. You've prayed for the conversion of souls on campus. You have prayed for me and for the students here that you may never know their name or see their face. But I promise that what you are doing is incredibly worthwhile. And I guess I'm going to end with a quote from St. John Paul II, because you can't go wrong with that, right? St. John Paul II says, "Be not afraid, open wide the gates to Christ." And you all are doing that through your generosity and through your willingness and your prayers here. So thank you for opening wide the gate for me.